Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. One of the big stories: Jill Biden has tested positive for coronavirus. And another story in the headlines: Dreamweaver singer Gary Wright, dead at age 80. Talk about both of these stories. And we'll begin with the Jill Biden story. This is huge in the news today. They're saying it happened late last evening, but it's really today's news. Talk about the significance of September 4th, Labor Day, as well as the news being the focus today, Jill Biden being ill on 9/5. Notice that from Jill Biden's birthday to today, 9/5 is her 95th day of her age. Here we are in September. September 27th is upcoming, the day leaving 95 days left in the year. Again, that is the day in history that the Jesuit order, which Joe Biden's a member of, just like Trump, just like a lot of people in D.C. are, the Jesuit order was recognized by the Roman Catholic Church on September 27th, the day leaving 95 days left in the year. Very special number. And recall, the day of the Event 201 coronavirus pandemic simulation, October 18th, 2019, that was the same day the military World Games began in Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began. Again, coronavirus simulation, outbreak in Wuhan, the simulation the same day the military World Games were there. And the thing about the military World Games is they began in the year 95 in Italy, where the Vatican is, who the Jesuits serve. So 95, very special number that we talk about a lot. As we'll get to, today is the 959th day of Joe Biden being in office. And the date can also be written 5/9. And of course, he won the 59th U.S. presidential election. But right here, with regards to 95 and the Jesuits, we're going to come back to that. Another really interesting thing about this taking over the news today. So they tested positive yesterday, right? September 4th. September 4th was 77 days before Joe Biden's upcoming birthday. Today, the day of the news, September 5th, it is 76 days before his upcoming birthday, but it's also a span of 77 days. So both days have the 77 connection. And the thing is, Joe Biden was married to Jill Biden in the year 1977. Her full name, Jill Biden's full name, is Jill Tracy Jacobs Biden, which in Gematria is 77. And if you're new here, Gematria is very simple. It's the alphabetic order, forwards and backwards, and also forwards and backwards with numerology. So there's 4 numerical values for a word. And just notice how Jill Biden, when you just run the alphabetic order, is 77, just like how her full name is 77 when you take the alphabetic order with numerology. And of course, Washington, D.C. is the city on the 77th meridian west, and the United States has that Gematria 77. And we all know what happened on 9/11 with Flight 77 hitting the 77-foot tall Pentagon. They said that plane took off at 8:20 and crashed into the Pentagon at 9:37, which is 77 minutes later. Again, huge number in D.C., 77. And in this case, it's the year Joe and Jill got married. 77, which was 46 years ago. And here we are in the time of Joe Biden, number 46, who was elected exactly 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday, and how JFK, the last Catholic president, was killed at age 46, and how in Gematria Catholic equals 46, and so does sacrifice, and the Old Testament begins with Genesis, and Genesis 46 is about the sacrifice. But it's 46 years since their marriage. Remember what happened last year. Donald Trump lost his ex-wife, who he married in 77, in 2022. 45 years later, he was number 45. Again, he's a Jesuit as well, went to Fordham, and it was a huge Jesuit ritual synced up with the Jesuitic Nation year. And, to make this point about Biden and Trump, you see how President Biden and President Trump both equal 72 forwards, 81 in reverse. Again, 72. That's how old Jill Biden is right now. Jill Biden is 72 years old. And remember how fateful that number's been for Joe Biden in his life. In 1972, he became senator-elect, and then his wife and daughter died in a car crash just days later. And then when he was 72 years old, his son Beau Biden died at age 46. He died May 30th, 2015, 201 days before the sitting Pope's birthday, the first ever Jesuit Pope, the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican, Just like how Inauguration Day is January 20th, the 201st day of the nation's age, when you measure from July 4th, and a date that can be written 20/1, this very special number to the history of the Jesuits, who were created to counter the 95 Theses, as we get this focus on 9/5 on Jill Biden's 95th day of her age. And again, this comes right before the G20, which is another huge Illuminati Jesuit fest. Again, the Illuminati was founded in 1776 by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. But let's make sure we got this. Let's hit all the key points here, because there's several of them. We'll talk about Gary Wright and the Dreamweaver death on the day of Steve Harwell from Smash Mouth, both California-based musicians. Anyhow, today, front and center, and you know, I mean, this goes at a time when all these stories of how COVID's gone all over, starting with an outbreak in July, and how unusual for flu outbreaks to happen in the summer. But yeah, all this conversation right now about vaccines and masks, and Joe Biden just said last week, right, that he wanted to have a new super vaccine out that everyone needs to take. It's like, oh, in the land of the free, the home of the brave. If you guys didn't know this, the first vaccine mandate in the world was issued by the Catholic Church. Just to understand how Catholic all this is. Just like how we're on their calendar, telling time by what they say, doing what they say. But again, Joe Biden from Scranton, Pennsylvania. The Office, set in Scranton, the hit show, Steve Carell, ran 201 episodes. Again, one of 27 Jesuit universities in the nation in Scranton. The University of Scranton, which in Gematria equals 320, like Roman Catholic Church, like how they've celebrated Jesus' birthday since 320 AD. There's a lot of things that are interesting here. I was just looking deeper into this than normal. Again, Interstate 81 runs through Scranton, Pennsylvania. And again, they said Joe Biden got 81 million votes. And again, in Gematria, President Biden and President Trump are both 81. Today, the day that this is getting all the focus, today is the 81st day of their age of marriage, or Joe and Jill. They got married June 17th, 1977. So today's the 81st day, the day that this is the big focus. And remember what we said when he took office. We said, you know, that 81's a huge number. And when he's 81 years old, possibly in his 81st year of life, things might start to get real fateful. The square root of 81 is 9. The next president to die in office is the 9th. Joe Biden is number 46, but he's the 45th person to be president because Grover Cleveland had a split term, and if you add 1 through 9 together, it equals 45. But here we are in his 81st year of life right now. Again, when you turn 80, you begin your 81st year of life. And again, his wife's 72 right now, and he's had all this fateful, again, he lost his son at age 72 and his wife and daughter back in 1972. Now Jill's 72. And it just makes you wonder, remember what happened with the Queen last year? Queen got COVID, and then she died 201 days later on the Virgin Mary's birthday, and we're approaching that anniversary, September 8th. We're just days away. They're saying the diagnosis was late September 4th. That was 4 days before the anniversary, another fateful number. But again, 46 years since they got married. Sacrifice, Catholic, and virus, all 46. And this is something we speculate on, you know. We predicted accurately that they would wind down COVID when the year of the tiger came around, but then it would come back again, maybe as we approached 2025, somewhere in this time period. And because, again, they've been plotting for the next pandemic. And we said, well, what if, like, also around that time when Biden's 81, if maybe that's one of the ways he could leave office early? You know, they use the figurehead of the government to bring about this greater federal agenda where people don't understand what runs the federal government, the church, and, you know, all the things and big businesses associated with it. But anyway, it looks like the prediction might not be too far off. Time will tell. Anyhow, Jill Biden looks like she could become part of this narrative, and it makes so much sense, that 72 thing. Again, 72 demons in the Goetia, not an arbitrary number. The Jesuits serve the Catholic Church, which is a sun cult, and the sun, again, moves 1 degree every 72 years on the astrological wheel. But notice, from Inauguration Day to this being front and center, 959 days. Again, 95th day of Jill's age on 9/5, or the date 5/9 when Biden won the 59th presidential election, and has the parallels to JFK, who died in office, where John F. Kennedy's 59, like Pope Francis. Again, the election was synced with the Pope. 46 weeks after his birthday, Biden became number 46. And Benedict stepped down on the 59th day of the year for Pope Francis, which equals 59 in Gematria. But yeah, it's also exactly 137 weeks since he took office. Washington, D.C., 137, like government, like authority, like White House. 137 is the 33rd prime number. Big special number. We just talked about it a lot with Hawaii. Hawaii is said to be made out of 137 islands. And Hawaii in Gematria equals 33. So does federal, so does order, so does secrecy, so does masonry, so does Bible, so does Corona. Think about them putting the hand on the Bible when these guys get sworn in the federal city, where George Washington's painted on the top of the Capitol building like he's Jesus, who supposedly was crucified at age 33. But yeah, again, just the inauguration of number 46. The death of his son at age 46, May 30th. One more time, that was 201 days before the sitting Pope's birthday, the first Pope to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican, and the first Jesuit Pope, and his birth name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, equals 201. That's Pope Francis. Just like the Jesuit order's 201, like Ignatius of Loyola's 201. And don't forget, Leo Jeremiah O'Donovan equals 201, and he did the funeral for Beau Biden and the inauguration for Joe Biden as number 46 on 20/1. And then when Joe Biden's wife and daughter died, they died on Limestone Road, which equals 201, like how the pyramids are made out of limestone, and the pyramids are the symbol of the Illuminati with the eye. And again, there's 201 remaining layers of bricks on the Great Pyramid of Giza, and Great Pyramid of Giza in Gematria is 201. And again, it's not an accident, because it's all by design. There used to be more layers. They knocked off layers of those pyramids, and it's the same gang that's playing chess with the world by the code, flashing their number. And why 201? Again, in the Hebrew Gematria, which is older, 201 is related to light. And the Illuminati is the ones in the light, having knowledge. Order of Illuminati equals 201, like the Jesuit order. Again, founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt, was the Illuminati. We saw what they just did with Maui, a state born 201 months after Joe Biden. Hawaii born when Joe Biden was 17. Maui equals 17. Joe Biden equals 64. He's there for the state's 64th birthday, where it burned up 13 days prior, and it was the Committee of 13 that overthrew Hawaii by the numbers back in 1893, because the same order's been running the same show the whole time. 64 spaces on the chessboard, 64th birthday, Joe Biden 64. And again, the Illuminati founded 64 days before America. You guys can always read the post on my website too, if you need the information to sink in a bit more. Oh, something about Hawaii. We talked about 1959, the establishment year. Interstate 81. It was finished construction in 1959 as well. Isn't that interesting? In light of how Joe Biden's so tied into this massive ritual in Maui. If you guys missed all that work, you should go check it out. And remember, where Maui burned up on the 247th day of the governor's age, the 247th day of the governor's age, the United States of America is 247 years old, and so is the Illuminati, both established in 1776. The Illuminati May 1st, the United States July 4th. But this news, them testing positive for COVID late last night, that was September 4th, the 247th day of the year, while the country's 247 years old. And again, we've been documenting the rituals all year with 247. Go back to what we were showing May 1st, 2023. It was a real nice payout that day. The Celtics were the 76ers, like the Illuminati in 1776, just like America, but the 76ers, if they upset the Celtics as 13.5-point underdogs, they were going to pick up the 247s on the Illuminati's 247th birthday, exactly what they did. Because it's the same Jesuits scripting your news that are scripting your sports leagues. And if you just pay attention to the numbers, you'll see that day after day. But We talked about where Steve Harwell's death fit in, and with the bonfire getting moved at Burning Man to the 247th day. If I didn't say so, International Chess Day is from Paris, France, where the Jesuits are from. And it's on the 201st day of the year. I mean, just think about that. Especially with Joe Biden. Ultimate chess move, having this symbolic old dying man for a dying nation that seems to all suffer from amnesia because they can't remember anything. Oh, yeah, another 81 with Biden and Jill. Again, this news being huge and in focus on the 81st day of their age of marriage. They had their only child in 81, Ashley in 81. So there it is. The marriage date, June 17th. Big folks day, 81st day. You know, here, since we're about to transition to Gary Wright, who wrote Dreamweaver, he died at age 80. When they tested positive, it was the 80th day of the anniversary of their marriage, while Joe Biden's 80 years old. And Bavarian Illuminati, 80. 80. Gary Wright, Dreamweaver, the American dream. The American dream seemingly dead. You know, the American dream was that you could, get your own property and have a lucrative career if you just put the effort into it. Anyone can achieve that in America. Well, man, these days, if you're a young person, you're looking at huge, expensive home prices, pretty high interest rates. Everything else costs a ton. How are you going to get ahead in the first place? And again, it goes with that Jesuit motto from that Jesuit Klaus Schwab: by 2030, you'll own nothing and be happy. And I don't know why everyone in the world's... Isn't it interesting how everyone in the world will talk about like Klaus Schwab and all these people, but they'll never mention the Jesuit link? It's just like, God, people are dumb. What, do you think it's just Klaus Schwab? God. People, man, it's just annoying. And then people are like, hey, check this video. It's like, why? What's the point of watching this video? So the limits of their knowledge are Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum. That's what they got, huh? What do I need to watch that for? Again, if you're not talking about the Jesuit network that's running this whole show, in my opinion, you're not even worth listening to. Got to get to the root of things, and almost no one's doing that. But anyway, this is, again, who's done it. They've set up the calendar, the language. They're controlling the puppet show. They got everyone divided with their puppet show, submitting to their agendas with their fear campaigns. That's what needs to change. And yeah, as for Dreamweaver and the American Dream, look at this. He died on September 4th, right? Dream 94. Smash Mouth formed in 94 in Santa Clara, Jesuit town, another place where one of the 27 Jesuit universities are in the nation. And Santa Clara's got the 94 connection, where the 49ers are, who play Smash Mouth football at this day and age. But anyway, Dream is 94. Dreamweaver guy is dead on 9/4, the 247th day of the year, at age 80. And we just made the point. Illuminati's 247 years old, Bavarian Illuminati, 80. And just to go back to that, notice the 188 as well. That's the U.S. dollar bill denominations, the 1, the 2, the 5, the 10, the 20, the 50, the 100. Added up, it's 188. A lot of Illuminati rituals with 188 and 80. The rapper, Black Youngsta, lost his third brother while he's at age 33 on 18/8 last month. And again, his first album was Illuminati. And his whole career, he's always about the money. They got the Illuminati symbolism all over the money. Entertainment, being a star. It's about money, power, fame. By the way, if you're new here, September 4th is always a fateful day. It leaves 118 days left in the year. Death and homicide equal 118 in Jewish gematria. But anyhow, we're focused on the 247 years old, while the nation, known for the American dream's 247, as well as the Illuminati. But isn't this interesting that the phrase American dream equals 246? American dream is 246. Did it expire officially? Keeping just everything sky high so that no one can afford anything? We can all have BlackRock as our landlord, a proud partner of the World Economic Forum run by the Jesuit Klaus Schwab. But yeah, notice also Dreamweaver. It's interesting. It's weird how everywhere online seems to have scrubbed the exact date that Dreamweaver came out. If you guys can find the date it came out, I know it came out in 75. I found out when it first hit the Billboard Top 100, but I cannot find the day the single came out or the album. But it came out in 75, and that's important. So, notice how in Gematria, Gary Wright, he was born April 26th and he died September 4th. And he died 132 days after his birthday. And Catholic Church is 132. It's also 246. And again, just like American Dream, it's also 75, like how Dreamweaver came out that year. And with regards to the 69, he's dead 69 days before the Superior General's birthday, Arturo Sosa, the leader of the Jesuit order. And the Jesuit order has that 69 in it, like Catholic Church, like Illuminati. And coming down to, we'll get to Parkinson's. But the other point I should make in light of the Illuminati and 132, notice this. Notice how United States of America has the 132 in it. Again, from the day the Illuminati was founded, May 1st, 1776, to the day the United States of America was named, September 9th, 1776, that's a span of 132 days. And if you throw a "the" in front of it, the United States of America is 99, just like how it was named that on September 9th, 99. And also, the Illuminati was founded May 1st, 1776. 5 plus 1 plus 17 plus 76 is 99. It was founded with 13 families, which equals 99, going with the United States of America and the 13 stripes and the 13 colonies and the overthrow of Hawaii and the huge 13 ritual, and then the burning up of Hawaii 13 days before its statehood birthday. And it was the 64th birthday, right? Maui's 64, just like Joe Biden, just like a whole bunch of things. The Fire and Fury book, a whole bunch of things. Dora Milliken, the only surviving house. Again, a whole bunch of things. But chess, calculated numbers. Anyway, 132 days from the establishment of the Illuminati to the naming of the country, and where United States of America is 132. Notice how Roman Catholic's 132, and again, so is Catholic Church. And he's dead 132 days after the birthday. So who's keeping us, who plays the games with our lives? Who keeps us believing in things? Using the tool of belief and hope to manipulate behaviors. Who invented that game? I don't know if the Catholic Church necessarily invented it. They took a lot of knowledge that came before them, but they're real good at playing it. That's why they got such a big following worldwide. That's why we're on their calendar. So, anyway, always filling our heads with all the things, the dream weavers. I mean, the things you dream about are things you think about, and these people are always trying to have an influence on the things you think about by controlling the screens and information that makes it in front of your eyes and into your brain. But yeah, isn't that perfect? The song in 75, dead 69 days before the Superior General's birthday, 132 days after his own birthday, shortly after the country's 246th year expires. Something else I noticed about American Dream, you see how it's got the 84 in it? It's got the 84 as well, just like United States of America does, the other way. Just like the Jesuit order does. Just like the Catholic Church does. Just like how the word Jesuit alone is. Again, like how the U.S. has had diplomatic relations with the Vatican since 84. But, Gary Wright and Parkinson's, same forwards and backwards. Where Gary Wright and Parkinson's are 134, so is the phrase the Jesuits. 136 is the 16th triangular number. The Jesuits were created in the 16th century. If you ever see SJ next to somebody's name, it means they're a Jesuit. Not every Jesuit uses it, but that's what that abbreviation is if you ever see it next to names. And with regards to the 46 thing that we were talking about with JFK and Biden and 46 years since their marriage, Parkinson's has the 46, also the 62, like sacrifice, and we talked about that pairing from the Torah and what just happened in Maui, where those numbers were huge. Again, the Maui destruction perfectly synced with Kanye and Obama's birthdays, and Kanye's 46 and Obama's 62, and again, Kanye has the 808s and Heartbreak album, and Obama's from Hawaii, and they both really had a big November '08, and how there's 8 main islands in Hawaii. And on August 8th in history, 808 became their area code. And again, the 808 drum machines, hip-hop music. history, and it burned up as the 50th state the week of hip-hop's 50th birthday. And Jay-Z hangs at the 50th second of Hawaiian Sophie, who's connected to Chicago through Fred Hampton's murder the day he was born and through Kanye. But anyway, music, entertainment, Illuminati. Some of these rappers are literally rapping about it. Kanye and Jay-Z put out their song Ends in Paris, the home of the Jesuits, on 8/8. Oh, man. And remember, it was all synced up with the Friday the 13th terror hoax in Paris. Covered that way back when. It was like 7 years ago now. But yeah, I think that's the sick joke here. Dead in an Illuminati ritual, as the American dream is, at this moment, it is killed for a lot of people. I mean, you're a young person getting out of college with debt, having trouble finding a job, keeping up with the cost of living. And it's just all because of greed and because we've allowed these psychopaths to extend their power year by year. And I started to worry about this when I was a teenager. I was 18 when 9/11 happened, and I pretty much had the whole thing understood. Big lie for huge manipulation of the populace so that these psychopaths can make more money. What's the next move? What's the next thing they get away with? When are people going to wake up? Man, it's over 20 years later. These dudes are just knocking people off by the day, rigging everything by an obvious numerical code. People still don't get it, man. Woo. So, yeah, again, the most powerful word you can know in this world is not gematria. It's the word no. And people need to find that word come this time with the coming next pandemic, with the lockdowns and the restrictions and the mandates. Again, they've been spelling out their plans. Remember, the same weekend Russia-Ukraine broke out in the big 201 ritual. And let's not forget that Biden met with Putin. See, now I really get the joke of why Biden met with Putin 201 days after the first Jesuit Ignatian year began. And all the times I've been talking about that, I only realized recently that Hawaii was literally made a state 201 months and 1 day after Biden was born. The big Illuminati plan that we're living out. But that's how sick it is, man. They planned this stuff so long ago and they're getting away with it. These people feel... Are they people? That's a good question. Are they people that are controlling the puppets like Biden and all these other puppets that people believe in? Trump, Elon Musk, all these people, Joe Rogan, all these little Jesuit puppets. But yeah, that final curtain to be revealed is like, it does seem like it's something greater than human. So, all right, thank you. Thank you, Daria, who said, share your screen, please. Shoot! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I hate when I do this. I thought I did share the screen. I'll go back over everything quickly. If you've been listening, it's all been there. She's also got July 15th, 1975, and congrats to the winner. Says, invest 95L to become Hurricane Lee. Or maybe investigate 95L to become Hurricane Lee. July 15th. Oh, Daria found the date for Dreamweaver. Okay, I did see one source that said July 75 and another said the December 75. But okay, July 15th. Let's measure from that date real quick. I'll go back over and show all the visuals that were supposed to be up there before. So 51 days later, 1 month and 20 days later for Dreamweaver, if that's what it is. Interesting numbers. Again, Adam Weishaupt, the founder of the Illuminati, 51, founded the Illuminati on May 1st. And the 1 month and 20 days. But yeah, here, just to go back over the Jill Biden thing. Again, this comes on a Tuesday. Tuesday's the day of the week that equals 95. You know, this is the big front and center today. Jill Biden with the cooties. And again, it's her 95th day of her age that they're really focusing on this. They're saying they tested positive last night, but it's the news really today. And again, just Scranton, where Joe Biden's from, Jesuit town. Again, it's the Jesuits behind these rituals. Interstate 81 runs through Scranton. And just a lot of 81 who supposedly got a record 81 million votes. And from their wedding anniversary, June 17th, to today being the focus, 81 days into the anniversary year. And again, these two got married in 77, 46 years ago, like he's number 46. Like last year, Donald Trump lost his ex-wife 45 years after their marriage in 77. Isn't it interesting that they both got married in 77 too? These two men having all these parallels. And the reason he's getting remarried is, again, because his wife and daughter died in 72. Now Jill's 72. And Beau Biden died while Joe was 72. But yeah, 77 days. Again, the original testing positive September 4th was 77 days for his birthday. Today's a span of 77 days. Either way, you got the number, which goes with her full name, her first and last name, and again, the meridian that DC's on, and the name of the country. Big number here. And again, their marriage year. And 46 years since the marriage, words like sacrifice, Catholic, and virus all got the 46. Hopefully it doesn't go that far, but if it did, it would fit in a real familiar pattern. It would be just like Beau Biden at age 46 while Joe was 72. Again, it's also 137 weeks or 959 days since Inauguration Day. 137, huge number in D.C., huge number of government authority, 33rd prime number, which connects with a lot of secret society related stuff, from Masonry to even the virus Corona. But and then the Dreamweaver, again, Dream's got the 94. Two musicians dead on 9/4, or well, probably more than that worldwide. The world's big people, but two big time musicians that got big headlines on this day. Again, Smash Mouth singer, band formed in 94 in Jesuit town, Santa Clara, and then Dreamweaver singer. And I'm sure I made the point clear enough about the American dream in 246 and the Catholic Church and the country. You know, it just recently turned 247. Is this some kind of sick Illuminati tribute to the American dream is all but shot? And again, for the new person, it might be hard to fathom, but start paying attention day after day and see the way we're being made fun of and how history is repeating itself. And it's like how we're being laughed at as we're getting stripped of our rights and liberties and really any kind of path to having any self-sovereignty in the future. I mean, people are just submitting like, okay, we need an authority to keep us safe from the killer cooties. What rights and privileges do I need to give up this year? Whose jab do I need to get this year? How many of them? How soon? And it's crazy. I mean, the only people I know that got the cooties this summer were people who also, you know, experimented in the Pfizer experiment. One thing about that, then bringing up Jimmy Buffett yesterday. Again, he died at age 76. All right, I didn't mean to wrap Jimmy Buffett. Yeah, we talked about yesterday, how yesterday they made him front and center, his former rare cancer that he died from. Yesterday, the day leaving 118 days left in the air, that CNN was making a big deal about that. As soon as I ended the stream yesterday, I was like, oh, why didn't I say that about cancer in 118? Again, death and homicide are 118 in Jewish Gematria, deadly number. Gary Wright again and Steve Harwell dead on this day. Anniversary of Steve Irwin. But you see the same pattern with August 11th as well. August 11th, April 28th, the 118th day of the year. This 118 number, fateful. Cancer number as well. And we'll see. Is this going to be something we start hearing a lot about? It's rare right now, but they want to make sure everybody knows about it through the death of a name that a lot of people know, especially from the Jimmy Buffett generation. I mean, if you're an American and, you know, around at any age probably really you know who Jimmy Buffett is. He's got restaurants and everything. Dead at 76. Tell me what happened in 76 again, then I'll know if you were listening. Sorry about screwing up with the screen, but hopefully I was presenting clearly enough that it was all understood anyway prior. And thanks for the research, Daria. July 15th. 95L Hurricane Lee. Let me see if I can find out what you're talking about. Oh, I did see them saying that the next powerful storm is forming today on September 5th, 9/5. Again, we'll see what they do with this one. Again, the first act of weather warfare admitted to on the Jesuit order's birthday, August 15th, 52. If this storm ended up in Baltimore somehow at the end of this thing, like causing problems in the Baltimore area, I'm going to die. Just Baltimore's the 95 city. Again, you got the, pay attention though, you got the Super Bowl coming up. Look at you guys. The Super Bowl this year is on the Vatican's 95th birthday. And again, Roman Catholic Church 104. It's the 104th NFL season. This offseason has been full of deaths related to Baltimore in the NFL. Baltimore, about the most Catholic city in America. Here I can read what they're saying about Hurricane Lee. All eyes are on Tropical Depression 13 in the Atlantic Ocean, which is forecast to become a powerful Category 4 hurricane by the end of the week, according to the National Hurricane Center. When it becomes a named storm, it will be given the name Lee. The next name, it's a Confederate name too, right? We think of the name Lee with the Confederates. The next name of the 2023 Atlantic Hurricane Season List. The depression formerly known as Invest 95L. Probably is some... In all this disaster capitalism, there's money to be made. I mean, why? Why is it called Invest 95L? I got to think about that one. It's currently located about 1,425 miles east of the Lesser Antilles. It has maximum sustained winds of 35 miles per hour and a minimum central pressure of 1,000. Okay. So it's going to be impacting the East Coast later this week. Or wait, no. It's supposed to be a Category 4 by then. But they didn't say exactly where it's going to be. The current track cone shows the depression will likely undergo rapid intensification throughout the week, becoming a major Category 4 hurricane on a path generally toward the southeastern United States, particularly Florida. Remember, The Rock, he was a Miami hurricane. He's got his birthday upcoming, his 52nd on May 2nd next year. It's not going to be good. Weather warfare admitted to since 52, flood and hurricane 52. And that means technically right now he's in his 52nd year of life at age 51, where Hawaii's 51, and we know how his character Maui from Moana is synced up with what just happened there. But yeah, I'll look more into 95L and just what I think about his football season and it ending on the Vatican's 95th birthday, and again the history of the Jesuits and weather warfare. So appreciate the heads up on that. And let me put my eyes on the chat real quick. But before I figured out, before I saw the notifications that cannibalism at Burning Man, is that a story? Before I got the screen up there with the visuals that were supposed to be up there, were you guys still able to follow what I was saying even without visuals? I know it's way better to have visuals. A lot of people need that to help them follow along. Here, cannibalism at Burning Man. Oh, a Chris Rock joke. Chris Rock made a joke about it. Okay. Rumors on social media. Look at those big old owls, man. Isn't it crazy? Those big old owls. And then they that's why it's just, people got to wake up, man. Weather warfare has been admitted to for a long time. Again, it was first admitted to on the Jesuit order's birthday. Jesuits, Illuminati, owls. They saved the burning for the 247th day of the year, man. It's so obvious, you guys. I don't even care about the cannibalism thing. I mean, they could just be throwing that out there because they've been giving you all these zombie movies forever. Imagine if they turned out the power on America. They make it totally every man for himself, Mad Max. There are some people who are going to resort to cannibalism. Those are the people that want to survive the most. They want to live on no matter what. All I got left to eat is grandma or my neighbor or whoever it is. So it won't be me though. I'm not sustaining myself by eating other people. But yeah, something else. Something else. Oh, I didn't have it up on the right screen for you guys. My bad. Now I got it up there. Burning Man with the Owls. Is that right? That phrase equals 201, huh? It's interesting. Oh, hold up. I think I saw Gematria 32. Let me see. Piece of Berlin Wall left at Mexico border. Was this a real headline? Oh my God. Berwin. I mean, you guys, this stuff is just such a joke. Remember, Donald Trump was called president-elect on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, November 9th, 2016. In the early hours of the morning, the election was November 8th, but they didn't call the election until November 9th. The anniversary of the fall of the wall, 119. In Jewish gematria, Donald equals 119. Now they leave this at the wall of Mexico on September 3rd, the day leaving 119 days left in the year. I mean, come on, man. Stuff's such a mockery. And we've been pointing this out the whole time, how Donald Trump's Mr. Build that wall with Mexico. And the other thing that's funny is Trump wall 47 miles. Look at this. Look how many people report this. Or what, is it not going to be that way now? Hold on. Trump border wall 47 miles. Okay, if you're watching CNN or Fox News, they make this point all the time that only 47 miles of wall got built. And of course, Trump equals 47, like government, like authority, like president, like White House. It's weird that nothing's coming up, though, when you search it written. This one here says 150 miles, which is, well, that's Illuminati, but, I need to just record next time they're talking about that. I've seen it mentioned so many times. News is another 47 word, like authority. And all these people are doing ever is speaking in code anyway. Okay. Mexico wall equals 45 like Berlin Wall. Interesting. I don't think I ever noticed that before. Good catch. Mexico 33, wall 12. It makes sense. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there for now, you guys. I gotta continue on the writing mission. Again, these short books must be out ASAP. Time is of the essence. And again, thank you to everyone who supports the work, and everyone who hits the like and the share. And I'll try to share my screen at the beginning of the video next time. Until next time, Truth Seeker.